Hello and welcome to Cigar Box Guitars, aka the Dutchman in San Marcos. I am the DISM, and we're coming to you with another week on the Camacho box. Not too much work done, as you can see over my shoulder here. I'm working on that road race for the trick or treat, which I've got a deadline of the 31st because that's when it's got to play and work. Got the track all on the board, and we're putting, as you can see, we're putting hills around there. So, the Camacho box, let's get going. All right, here we go, getting you situated so you can see the desk. All I have to do is tip the camera down. Like I was saying, I've been working on this thing a lot. Most of my days have been working on this because I got to get it ready. So, kind of has some of the clay train railroad stuff in it, but with doing the scenery around the tracks. But that way it'll make it nice for the cars. I did have one problem with the track. The bigger cars didn't want to have good traction on the slopes. So I do have the 1/24th cars because I've got another set of those that I used last year, and those run okay on it. So I think I'm just going to run those cars. Worry about getting different tires, grippier tires, for the big one later. The 1/24th cars ran all not last year, but the year before, and so they've been run hard. So one of them might not be working too well, but I might have to pop one open and tweak it a little bit. So a little update on the road race to get that going for trick or treat. Kids just love it. They don't even want the candy; they want to run the car. So we'll have fun with that on Halloween at Mission Hills Church, and so that'll be a lot. Kind of my tradition of doing it all the time. When my kids were little, we followed. Well, they started following NASCAR because of the video game, and then they all had their own driver who they were, and so we were in Florida, and because we live close to Daytona, Lori's Uncle Mike, loved NASCAR, still does, and when he came out, he goes, "Oh yeah, we got to go to Daytona, and I'll show you around." So we actually went to Daytona and actually took a tour of the track. It was a lot of fun. And then we said, well, we got to go to these races because you got your own drivers. Mine was Jimmy Johnson, Patrick was Jeff Gordon, Ashley was Matt Kenseth, Elizabeth was I can't remember Liz. She'll have to tell me. Lori always liked Michael Waltrip. And so we all kind of had our drivers and we'd root for them. It was good family fun. So when we go to these tracks, you get the posters, you get the gear, all the buttons and posters and stuff, and, passes. And so we put all that stuff on around the walls and decorate like NASCAR, and we have a pseudo race. We even got a little checkered flag we wave, and so it's a lot of fun. So then they get their candy, but I think I sold a lot of road races in this community. Hobby Lobby needs to thank me for that because there's a lot of parents looking for their own road races for their kids after that's how much they seen they liked them. So, and I loved them as a kid. So what the heck, the tradition goes on. But so enough of that. We're going to work on the Camacho box, and remember I was saying I wanted to get this. I kind of put a lot on my plate. I wanted to get this box, the motor. The flathead motor box that I found the last time I was out in Arizona at a truck stop, which I was like, whoa. So I wanted to get that ready for Jack's funeral, which is on the 11th, November 11th, which is the holiday. And I don't think I'm going to get there. I did already cut out. I already did cut out the headstock for it. And then I was thinking, as time was getting by, I got the neck all smoothed out, as you can see for this one, and cut out with my angle. Got to square this up just a little more. So I thought, well, hey, I'll use this neck. When I put it to the box, so this one was a little too long, so I'd have to narrow it down. But I thought maybe since this is what takes more of the time, maybe since I got this one ready, I could put it on that one to get the box done. This is the one for the Camacho box. So, I don't think I'll do that. The other thing, I was going to use this bridge on the motor box. I like the chrome, you know, because engine's chrome. So this one's going to go on here, which I think it'll look really nice. It kind of gives it that engine look. Haven't decided what I'm going to do for the Camacho box bridge. I'll probably have to make one, and I'm thinking probably with the orange, you know, with the orange and kind of this, I might do one of those antler bones. Might look nice on that. So that's a decision I have. And I also decided, since I'm going to use the tuners for, or I need tuners for the flathead one, I won't have that one done. I'll order those. When I order those, I've got to order. They make these flat pickups that they say they work good on the back side. On the back side of these, on the inside, where I don't have to drill holes, so it would just be stuff out the side. So I got to order that up in order to get it completely complete. But I'll probably go with a pickup and a volume knob, and then I'll have to decide on what side I'm going to put it. Remember, like I was saying, I'm going to put holes in the top, so when I'm playing it like this, the sound holes will be in top, but I'll have a pickup in it, so the sound holes don't have to be that big, just enough to make it so I can hear it, not that it's going to project out this way. So that's the plan on that. Let me give you a bench shot of the Camacho box and show you how this is all setting up and fitting in. So hang on here just 1 minute. All right, there you go. Now you can see it. So yeah, I still love this. Look at the shine on that baby. Anyways, that's the lid. So as you know, I got the neck. You can see I got it nice and smooth. I even smoothed it out here. I got that sander out and got it all smoothed up. Now the next step is I've got to round my neck off here. And the box, I got these things glued in. So these are all glued in. And that way when I put the neck in, I can screw the screws in there. And this all had me freaked out. I gotta remember these hinges are on top. I'm like, oh no, that's the wrong way, but it's not. This fatter part's got to be down to the tail. That's the neck. So this goes in like that, and as you can see, these are just a little high. We'll sand those down. I'll show you that. And this baby will then go right over the top. You can see it's just a little high right now. And then I have to, I think I'm going to have to go to Home Depot and get a hinge for this one, because that'll be the tail piece. And the nice part is, here's my fretboard. Well, I got this fretboard marked. I didn't mark it. But here's the fretboard, and this baby, with it right up to the top, as you can see, it'll fit perfect. And you can see this way, see, that'll be perfect for what I'm trying to do. So it's all coming together. I'm gonna have to put the frets in. So I gotta saw those. I'm debating if I want to get my new blueprint Dremel saw, that tabletop thing, to cut the frets if I can find. And somewhere when I put that other saw together, I bought those jeweler blades, and I thought I bought 3 of them, and I just got to find where I put them. I can't for the life of me. I have to hunt through stuff to see where I put them, and that'll take a little time. So if I get that, then I should be able to do the maiden voyage of the blueprint saw to cut these frets, and that was one of the reasons why I got it, because I didn't like the little Harbor Freight one I have. It stalls when I put this through it, and then you got to kind of hit it, and I didn't want to do that. I want to be able to take that blueprint saw and just go zzz, zzz, and cut it nicely. But I got to get a narrow enough blade. The blade on there is too wide for the fret slot, so I got to get a narrower blade. So if anybody out there knows of where I know you can get jeweler's blades. And like I said, I bought the jeweler's blade for that Harbor Freight saw, and I think it came, and I know there's a few teeth missing out of that one now because I banged it so hard. But somewhere in my stuff, I've got 2 more of those, and I don't know where I put it. So that'll be the big treasure hunt, to try to find those, or it might be just easier to order another one up and just, search the interwebs of for that type of saw. So so that's where I'm at on the Camacho box. It's rolling right along. Simultaneously, I thought, as long as I had this guy cut out for this guy, I kind of gave up saying I'm not going to have that ready, but I'm only giving it to Lori. So, and people will have enough to look at at the funeral. They won't care about my box, because I got fired from I put the wrong pictures in the slideshow, and my brother-in-law was like, no, I made another one. No, that's all wrong. So I got fired from that. So no biggie. But so I thought, as long as I'm kind of simultaneously working on this one, I thought, you know what I need to do? I need to make a copy, because this one came out, so I need to make a copy of this neck. The way I cut this out, it's going to be shorter, obviously, but since I've got the length here, I just need to cut a piece the length I need for this box and get it going, and then reglue it. Otherwise, this one I would have had to chop that much off, because with this tail piece, with this tail piece, I don't need to extend this out, because this will be on top of the box and not sticking out like this one does. So yeah, so I'll leave this one for the Camacho box, and then we'll move along with progress on this. Got to get tuners. I have 3 of them left from a set I bought. They come as guitar tuners. You get a set of one-sided, 6 of them, and so the total wine box has 3 of them, and I still have 3 left. So I've got to get 6 more, and that pickup for this. So I got to place an order. I'll have to check on my fret situation too, and see how I'm doing with frets. But that should do it, unless I make some noise with the sander on this. But I can do that off camera. But just wanted to keep you up to date on how it was going. Has a few little curves with a few little curves with having to work on the big road race. But once we get around that season, then we'll be purely on this and the clay train. So I hope you're watching the clay train. We're making progress there. It's good practice for my my mountain building on here on the road race. So I haven't worked with the plaster sheets that well, but now since I did here. Let me tip it up just a little bit. Sorry, I won't bump it like that. Let me stop it. Okay, so what I was saying, now you can see me. I got a lot of practice with the road race. That whole center part, I just laid the sheets flat to seal the foam, and that got me a lot of practice of doing that. So there was a few glitches, there was a few little humps and things, but it just helped me get the technique of spreading that stuff. You know, the spreading the sheets have the plaster on it and spreading it smooth. So I made a pretty smooth courtyard in there, and I'm going to start trying those other sheets. Now I'm kind of talking about the clay train, but anyways, it's been what I've been working on. So we'll get the latest things done on the kombucha box and give you an update next week. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Get other people to subscribe. I just want, to get the word out, not, because it can be, entertaining, or it can be informative for people who don't have a hobby, or they're thinking about starting one. If they want to start building cigar box guitars, or if they want to start building little road races, or making a clay train like what I'm doing. These are just some of the things I do. It keeps me going, and it's kind of checks the bucket list of what I always wanted to do when I retired, because when I was working I had all the same kind of projects. I'm like, man, it'd be nice if I was just retired and that's all I had to do, not worry about work. So here I am, so I'm loving it. So that'll be the show for this week. I just wanted to say one thing, that I just want to say one thing: not I, but Christ in me. And I hope you take those words of wisdom and have a great day. And we'll see you next week, next Saturday, same time, same bad station. And tell your friends and family and anybody you meet in the grocery store about my clay train and about my cigar boxes. And we'll see you next week.